Once you start doing a deep dive and actually looking up and understanding these statistics, you will see that white people are some of the biggest hypocrites ever. Let's take black on black crime, for example. Historically, 85% of all white murders are done by another white person. For black people, it's around 88%, so it's not that much off. Now, we can talk about sex crimes such as rape and stuff like that, right? They make up nearly 70%. God damn. And I love how they try to fear monger against black people. Oh, we're violent, we're this and that. Listen, don't worry about us unaliving y'all. Worry about them drugs. Bro, they account for nearly 70% of drug overdoses since like 2015. Like, this shit is crazy, but they try to put the blame on us. No, bro, I know statistics. They can't hit me with that, bro.
He doesn't understand per capita. You can see here, black people commit this crime 5 to 6 times more than white people do. White and UCR often include some Hispanics. 93% of Hispanics classified as white, slightly inflating white numbers. So Hispanics are being documented as white when they're arrested for these things. So even our numbers that are high, because we're majority of the population, are not true. And also drug overdoses. White people don't make up the majority of that per capita. American Indian and Alaskan Natives do, but black people come in second place. And you can see right here, black rates surged 4 times since 2015. Fentanyl-driven Alaskan Native remains highest per capita. And it says whites dominate raw totals due to population size, 60% of the U.S., but per capita is lower. They like to throw these numbers around, but honestly, if there were the same majority of black people as there are white people in our country, they would be so overrepresented in these numbers, and they already are, even though they're a minority, they're a small population.
Because that's how they're being labeled. Just imagine if it were the opposite. All right, Exhibit A. A man named Mohammed Muzamil is being charged with murder in Herndon, Virginia. Custody records have him listed as white. Yeah, he's definitely white, all right. He rammed his car into another car, got out and opened fire on the driver. And according to customs, he's white, but the list goes on. Let's just take a look here at the 10 most wanted fugitives in Texas. Wow. Do you see that? You see the red circles? Yeah, it says they're all white. That's not suspicious. But I'm sure it's just a typo, just like the rest of these clearly white men. And these, I mean, total coincidence. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I am not saying that white men don't commit crimes, because they absolutely do. But when you see this pattern happening again and again and again,
yep,
and stats are being reported a certain way to say crime is down, makes you raise an eyebrow. Maybe crime in blue cities is down because they're not arresting people anymore. Or maybe some stats are just pushing a narrative. Strange indeed. Makes you wonder, what else are we not being told?
And I chose violence. I thought to myself, how can I piss off MAGA today?
Because that's their goal. That's their whole life goal, is to worry about what other people are doing or trying to make someone else upset. It seems very lonely and sad to me.
Because even though it's still warm out, there's a lot of snowflakes. Then I thought, let me share something that I learned in my ethnic and minority groups class in my undergrad. I know I said some scary words, MAGA, but there's more. Here's some fun things for you to know. By the year 2050, it's expected that non-white Hispanic population is going to shrink. And the Hispanic population in this country is going to increase by 60%. African American community will expand by 30%, and Asian Americans will double in population. And I know for some of you, critical thinking is a challenge, so I'm going to do the critical thinking for you. The white population, the white demographic, is going to become the minority in this country. There's that word, minority. And all these groups that I mentioned are going to hold power in this country at some point. They will be in our governments. They will run the White House, and we will be better for it.
They already have, and they already do. We had a black president. We have people in Congress that are black right now. I don't know what the hell this guy is talking about. We already have that. And I don't know how he thinks this is a good thing. If you look at all the other continents and countries all over the world that are not predominantly white, they are complete shit.
That diversity is what makes this country beautiful. So for all you MAGA trying to protect the culture of the United States, there is no culture without all these groups. And now I'm excited for us to become more diverse, because now it's time for us to also learn how to be more inclusive. And if that bothers you, stay mad.
This guy thinks that he's part of the exception because he's gay. But in the eyes of these people, he is a white man. He is an oppressor. He is benefiting from the system that they like to say that white people benefit from. So I don't know where he's getting on his high horse that he's going to be treated any differently than any of us are.
Because no one's going to give a shit about you in 15 years.
You're racist. Just kidding. Or maybe not. Let's go through 6 ways you can determine if you're racist or not. Or maybe you just got some racist thoughts. If in 2025 you're still saying, I don't see color, that's a racist thought. When you say, I don't see color, you are literally erasing someone's identity and who they are and their real experiences. Don't do that. 2, if you're still saying, ooh, you're not like those other black people, those other Asians, those other Hispanics, that's racist. Don't do that. 3, I have black friends. I have a black cousin. Proximity does not erase the biases that you still can have. Don't do that. That's racist. 4, saying things like, she's so loud, she's so aggressive, she's so obnoxious. Why is she doing all of that? First of all, who made you the police or how somebody should be able to communicate? All right? Allow people to communicate the way that they want to. Nobody's over here policing you, right? Don't do that.
So they just want to be allowed to be loud and aggressive and in your face, and you're not supposed to say anything about it because if you do, you're racist. That's crazy. Okay, if someone is being aggressive and pushy and yelling and screaming, yeah, I'm going to move away. I'm going to say, hey, can you quiet it down? That doesn't make me a racist. It just makes me a person that doesn't want to be around aggressive people.
That's racist. 5, assuming that somebody got a job because of DEI. Let me be very honest with you. If a black person, Hispanic or Asian, got a job, do know that they've worked extra hard to put themselves in a position to be able to exceed and succeed in the United States of America. That's racist. Don't do that. And 6, stop saying that we all struggle. It is not the same thing. What this does is that it just turns the black experience or the minority experience in America into just a hardship that centers whiteness and refuses to see that racism operates differently. That's racist.
So I'm white, and that's obvious. But I get very nervous about not wanting to appear like I'm racist to anybody. And so, like, an example is I just went to the store to get ice cream sandwiches because I feel like I deserve them, right? And there was 2 guys at the cash registers. There was a black guy and a white guy. And I went right to the black guy because if I went right to the white guy, then maybe the black guy would have thought that I'm racist and wouldn't want to be served by a black guy. But then at the same time, I feel like that black guy probably wishes that I would have went to the white guy and I didn't bother him. But it's like, it's just the times we in now. Like, I gotta make sure that I'm not caught lacking. Which that means when I see a black guy and a white guy at the cash registers, I have to pick the black guy so that I don't seem racist. Like, and it's not even like it's not like I would have cared either way, but it's like I have to make it known that I don't care. You know what I mean?
This is so crazy. This is what they're doing to people. They can't even go to the store to get ice cream sandwiches without worrying about, oh gosh, they're going to think I'm a racist. Us white people need to stop thinking this way. We need to stand up for ourselves and say, no, I'm not racist. And I don't care if you call me that. If that's how you perceive me, then it is what it is. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. We don't care anymore. We are done. Call us whatever you want. We don't care.
If you're currently seeing what's happening all around the globe right now and thinking to yourself, what the actual fuck is happening? You're not alone. There's a current wave of extreme nationalism happening worldwide and white supremacy spreading all throughout Europe. Anti-immigrant protests happening in Japan, the UK, Australia. I had to lose the mic. In this day and age, a lot of people are struggling with housing shortages, low income wages, obtaining a job. People feel very unstable right now with everything that's going on. Usually when it comes to economic insecurity and the feeling of like nothing is getting better, what do people usually do? They look for a scapegoat. Someone to essentially point a finger at, and the prey these predators have chosen is immigrants. And immigrants are an easy target for these people. Why? Because immigrants aren't white. They're not like them. They don't speak like them. They don't look like them. Hence why a lot of these white supremacists and anti-immigrant people are targeting black and brown folks. A lot of these people are fucking cowards, okay? And they're very insecure. It's easier to blame the people arriving in their country than the politicians and the powerful systems running their country. And when it comes to white supremacy, these white people are so scared of becoming a minority. Okay, because they know how minorities are treated. They do not want to be treated the same way they have been treating black and brown folks. Also, white supremacists and far-right ideologies don't just come out of nowhere. A lot of these people are brainwashed by online propaganda and extreme narratives. They're very much like in their own little echo chamber wherever they're getting their information from and just believe that. Also, American politics does affect the world globally because with the rise of fascism in this country, it's also affecting the other countries.
The only fascist people in this country are the people on the left. That's it. They silence people. During COVID, you weren't allowed to speak about that. You weren't allowed to speak about the transgender issues. You weren't allowed to speak about LGBTQ. None of that shit. And they silenced all of these social media platforms. They would ban people. They block people. Deleted accounts, and they want to say that the right are fascist? No.
I feel like the white supremacists in those countries are now feeling very comfortable with voicing their hate and racism because, well, America's doing it too, so why shouldn't we?
Yeah, just because you don't want other people in your country that are not supposed to be there, you're considered a white supremacist. If you speak out about anything that you are not okay with, you are labeled a white supremacist in these people's eyes. White supremacist, that word, it's meaningless to me. Racist is meaningless to me because everyone is racist. Everyone's a white supremacist. If you're white, you're both of those things automatically to these people.
Here's another thing. I do not feel bad for Europe immigration issue at all. It's just karma. You strip the whole world for the natural resources, then you take it back to your homeland to make it so modernized. Then all your people become rich and comfortable. When you become too rich and too comfortable, what you want to do? Stop having kids. You don't keep having kids. You want to stop having fucking kids somehow, some way. That always happened to first world countries. The very people you stole from to make your country more wealthy is the same people that's moving into your country as immigrants and eventually is going to take over your country. Like I said before, birth rates is at record lows across a lot of European countries. The only way they can fight this is to import an immigrant population. There's no way around it. So like I said, to me, all this is karma. I do not feel bad for Europeans having an immigrant issue. Y'all caused this. If y'all didn't want to take over the whole world, y'all wouldn't have this fucking issue.
White people are not allowed to have anything. We are not allowed to go anywhere. We're not allowed to have our own countries. They just want us completely gone. Gone.
Black people, get out of the fucking way.
Oh, please do.
Get out of the way. Move. Move. You are standing in between white people and their karma and their retribution. You're standing in between. They need you to stand in between them and act as a shield to their retribution. And you've done it willingly. You've done it willingly. For 400 plus years, you've been standing in the way. You gotta move. Move. Stand back. Get out of the way. I made this reference in my last video, but think about Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray, an immortal being who has this portrait. He has this portrait of himself that he looks at frequently. And it grows more and more grotesque as time goes on. And until he destroys that portrait, he lives. Once he destroys that grotesque version of himself, he dies. We're standing in between white people and the portrait of America. They have created this grotesque portrait of America. And they've hung it proudly. And they stare at it and they wonder at it. They gaze lovingly at this America that is grotesque to black people and to indigenous people. And we're standing in between white people and the destruction of this portrait.
If they could just go to another country for once and just see, one of these third world countries and see what it's really like to be treated like shit. And go to Africa and look at all the people who are enslaved right now in this moment. There are more slaves now than there ever were. They don't care about any of that, though. If they could just go see how bad their lives could have been if Europeans had not brought them over here, maybe they would see how good life is here in America.
Get out of the way. Move.
They won't go to those countries, though. A lot of them don't even consider themselves as African. They do not want to be affiliated with Africa at all. And it's crazy because I see them fighting on TikTok all the time. Africans and African Americans, they fight because African Americans do not like Africans.
Save your money. Stop shopping at their companies. Stop playing on their fields. Move. I'm stepping back. I'm getting out of the way. I'm putting my energy into my community.
Good.
I'm doing what I need to do to survive. But I'm moving out of the way. I will not stand in the way of white people and their karma.
All those folks who say it's not racist to be proud to be white. Yeah, it is. It's not racist to be proud to be English or Irish or Italian or Eastern European. Those are places. Those are cultures. They're not a skin color. So when you say I'm a proud Irish American, or when you say I'm proud to be from Scotland,
when people say I'm proud to be white, that's what they mean. They mean I'm proud to be European from all of these places.
That's great. That's not racist. But when you say I'm proud to be white, you're a fucking racist. So if you wish to be proud of your culture, you can absolutely be proud of your culture. But not proud to be white. Now, I will make the caveat that if the culture that you're proud of is the seceded southern United States, the Confederate States of America, yeah, that's racist too. If you're holding on to the most racist ideology in the last 200 years, yeah, you're a racist.
Why do you say Europeans never created a civilization?
Show me one. That's the only question I'm saying. Show me a European civilization. Rome was not a civilization. Greece was not a civilization. You don't know a day in the history of Greece where there wasn't a war.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? And they act like they were fighting every single day. That has nothing. That is a civilization. Greece and Rome are civilizations.
You don't know a day in the history of Rome when there wasn't a war. Those are not civilizations. Those are death culture, war culture.
My gosh.
They're not building anything. They're stealing from other people, borrowing from other people, and still carrying on this anti-human, anti-nature behavior of murdering, stealing to conquer and appropriate something that belonged to someone else that you could have gotten by just shaking a hands and making a deal.
Why are white people so intimidated and threatened by black men, despite their claims that black men are inferior to them and incapable of the most basic tasks?
Well, there's an easy answer to that question. They know black men are superior to them. Put us on any playing field, be it physics or football, and we will win. Give us the same opportunities, and we will win. Because we come from a history of not trying to destroy and dominate the world, and you come from a history of trying to destroy and dominate the world, and that has become the culture of the white community.
And for the white girl that just stops me on my way out of Noble downtown in New York City, bitch, are you dumb? I'm walking out of Noble with my homegirl.
See, why does she have to say white? What did white have to do with this story? It's
like, I don't even know, 7 or 8 of these girls. We're walking. Looking very cutesy, looking very full and satisfied. Looking like we ready to go home. We done ate and drank good. We ready to go home. We're on our way out the door. After you walk out of Nobu, you walk out and you walk into the hotel or whatever. And you have to actually walk out of the hotel, little hallway onto the street, right? So we're walking out. This girl stops us. I don't know what made her stop us. We look nice. Look at my friend going. Look what she wearing. Stop us. Talk about, Would you mind? Would you guys mind? I don't know who she was looking at. It seemed like she was looking at me. Was she looking at you or was she looking at me? I don't know, but it seemed like she was looking at me. I really don't know. I ain't gonna lie on you, sister. Well, not sister, but bitch. She's talking about, would you mind taking our picture?
What is wrong with asking someone to take your picture? They think that someone asking them to take their picture is degrading them in some way. I've taken pictures so many times for people. I have no problem with doing that. I don't know why they always have to make a problem out of nothing. They have to make everything about race.
I said no.
I said, I'm sorry, no. And then she gave this crazy ass look.
She looked so shocked. Her and her friends, and they looked so shocked that we said no.
Bitch. Late, I'm trying to go home.
What the fuck? What made?
You anything?
But what made y'all come? What made y'all ask us to do labor for y'all, bitch? Do I look like I'm finna? What you thought this was?
Labor. Taking a picture of a group of people is labor to them. They just want to be oppressed so bad. They're just coming up with the stupidest shit now.
No, we do mind. We did. They looked so shocked and incredulous that we said no. I'm shocked that they were shocked, bitch. Why would you ask? Bye, girl. Don't do that again. Next time, go ask the doorman or something. What the fuck was you talking about, girl?
I would love to see a social experiment that spans over the course of about 15 to 20 years, where the only people that are in positions of power are women, specifically BIPOC women of color. I'm sorry, no white women. No white women. Only BIPOC women of color.
I would like to see that experiment too. I think that it would be hilarious.
I feel like by the end of this experiment, this nation or this country would look like a fucking utopia. Everyone's needs would be met. No one would be homeless. Everyone would have access to affordable health care.
And a lot of these cities have black mayors. They have, black governors. They have black police chiefs. All the people in power in a lot of these cities are black. And they look like shit. They look like shit.
Affordable education, affordable childcare. Crime would pretty much be non-existent. We need to make this shit happen now.
Yeah, because you guys would let all the criminals go, because that's what black judges do. They just let the criminals go if they're black.
Because men have never known what the fuck they were doing. It's time for men to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up and let women do what the fuck we need to do to progress this globe as a whole.
I want my money. If I can't get money, nobody's getting their money. The fuck? I've been out here this whole fucking shit. Ain't nobody getting their fucking money. Nobody getting their money. It's not fair. It's not fucking fair. Shit, dude. Ain't nobody getting their fucking money.
Let's leave,
nigga.
Let's leave, sir.
Let me doing Kurt Cobain like that, dude. Nobody's getting your money. So the fuck am I supposed to get a job? How am I gonna do anything? You're assholes. You're racist. Yes. Put a fake goddamn fucking X zero to something.
Let's leave, sir.
So I give a goddamn money.
Sir, let's
I've been doing this shit all day.
Do you want me to call you?
I don't fucking care. You're white boy.
Let's leave.
Damn, nobody fucking cares about you. I know why you want me.
Let's leave.
And I'm good looking too.
Let's leave.
I fucking hate you. I hate all of you fucking white people. Why would they send me an ID with no why?
I'm not sure.
Why? I can't do that. I can't. I'm one man. With a fucking kid. No money for nobody. If I can't get shit, ain't nobody get shit. What kind of bullshit is that, bro? That's a fucking horse shit, dog. I've been working.
I would think that people who are oppressed would not act like that. They wouldn't. But that right there is just entitlement. That's all it is. They think that they are owed something.
Hey, I'm probably going to lose a couple followers after this. But I was just thinking about it today.
And he did. I looked at his comments and he got a lot of shit for what he's about to say.
Today at work, I'm like, black people is more racist than everybody. Like, well, we think we get a pass because of slavery.
Yep.
Like, we think we get a pass because we've been through so much over the years. You feel me? But when you really, really think about it, black people is probably the most racist race. Like, we say Chinese people, we automatically think nail salon, fucking Chinese food, We think Asian people is all the same. We think Japanese is Chinese. Like, white people can't say shit, or they just racist. Like, white people can never go against a black person, or they fucking racist. Like,
Yep.
it get deeper than that, but I'm just like kind of simplifying it in 60 seconds. We got to do better. It's really, it's not funny, but it is funny. Like, we really the most racist race.
This is
Yeah, he got a lot of shit for that one.
going to ruffle some feathers, but it needs to be said. And please know that I am coming from a place of love, because I know that your efforts come from a good place. But white liberals, you are not saving the black community. You are holding us back. It's not allyship, it's enabling. You excuse destructive choices, you lower the bar, you hand out sympathy instead of standards, you call that progress. Here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. We're not the only group with a painful past. Jewish people survived genocide and rebuilt. Asian immigrants came here with nothing, built thriving businesses and schools. We don't hand them safe spaces. We don't rewrite laws to excuse their failures. We don't glorify victimhood for anyone else. So why is that standard different for us? We built an entire system around the lie that black people can't compete, and we call it justice. DEI, affirmative action, safe spaces, watered down schools, and even lighter sentences for crime. That's not empowerment. That's soft bigotry dressed up as compassion, and it's all causing more harm than good to the black community. It whispers you're too weak, too damaged, too broken to do this on your own, and we've accepted that lie for far too long. We don't need your pity. We don't need you to lower the bar. We need to be held to the same standard as everyone else. Because true empowerment doesn't come from being coddled. It comes from being called higher. Charlie Kirk said this over and over again. He asked Black America to stop fixating so much on our race and our difficult history. He encouraged everyone from every background and walk of life to make their past a reference, not their residence. And sadly, his honesty caused him to be labeled a racist, despite the fact that he was simply telling us the hard truth. So here's my challenge for white liberals. Stop lowering the bar for us. Stop designing programs that assume that we can't win without a handicap. If you truly believe in Black excellence, then treat us like the powerful, capable, brilliant people that we are. Stand with us, not over us. Walk beside us, not ahead of us. And Black people, if you're still here, slavery happened, oppression exists, but our history is also full of resilience and brilliance. Research Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington and Madam C.J. Walker. We've been free for 150 years. But somehow we feel justified in marinating in our victimhood while holding a $1,000 iPhone, rocking $200 shoes, having nothing and no one standing in our way but ourselves. Pick up your mat and walk.
Yeah, she hit all the points right there. A lot of leftist white people are the ones that are oppressing the black community, and a lot of people within the black community are oppressing themselves. And I'm so happy to see that some black people are waking up to this, and they are seeing that they have the ability and they have the opportunity to go out and make the best of themselves, just like everyone else does. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.